Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light Season of the Splicer intel. And once again, it is Friday, so we have our Friday update. XUR, Mr. Spaghetti Face, has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris. So we're going to take you through all the information regarding those two things, as well as any other glitches, farms, and cheeses that are currently in the Destiny 2 community. But before we get to all that information, I just want to remind everybody, still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on all the post notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Also, feel free to join the Discord channel if you would like. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags stack between all videos. So if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, why not go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. Okay, so first off, XUR is selling the Jade Rabbit. This is a fun scout rifle if you're looking for headshot kills, maybe when we have, what's that no shield playlist in Crucible? Can't remember at the moment what it was called, but you'll find this a lot in that. Overall, I don't know where this weapon really ranks as far as the meta is concerned. Scout rifles are kind of in a weird place. I don't find myself using them that much, but you know, maybe a low RPM like this will work if you're sort of a ranged player. We have the Mechaneers trick sleeves for the Hunter class. I haven't seen these for sale that often, so maybe pick them up if you don't have them already. 61 total roll, which is kind of, it's like on the lower side of acceptable. Anything below 60 is just like, just wait on it. But boost sidearms, especially when you're wounded. Fairly evenly distributed, low recovery, only 2 on there, but an 18 resilience, that's not bad. We have the Synthocephs for the Titan class, which is a 59 roll, so this is really unacceptable in my opinion, just below the standard of where you want to buy any exotic, unless you don't have it and you just want it in your pool. But overall, not really worth spending the legendary shards on this one. Buffs melee range, being surrounded buffs damage. Not really that great and exotic. Well, I think it can be if you have the right mods as well as the right roll on it, but overall, not that great. I don't find myself using it that often, at least. And then we have the Transverse steps for the Warlock. These are good to have if you don't have them. Buffs sprint, sprinting reloads, current weapons. A couple of things you can do with this. There used to be, I think there still is, a interesting glitch with this weapon. If I can remember the name. Oh yes, the Izanagi's Burden. Why couldn't I remember that? If you don't know what the Izanagi's Burden is, though, this bad boy right here. High damage sniper rifle, because you can essentially overcharge the 4 rounds in the magazine for 1 mega shot, which used to do really big damage. It was very meta for the Garden of Salvation raid. I don't really know how it works now. I don't think I've seen too many people test it in the Vault of Glass. Maybe against Templar could be a good spot, or maybe even against Atheon. But there is a glitch with the Transverse steps and this particular weapon where you can essentially get that overcharged round, and then by sprinting you will get the other 3 rounds back. So you get 1 overcharged round as well as 3 normal rounds. So that can be good for some specific types of DPS. I wouldn't say it's, you know, like a go-to thing that you need to do, but in certain situations it can come in handy. So pick them up if you don't have them, because they are a 64 total roll, which isn't bad. That's, again, sort of in the middle range from where I've seen them now. I've seen some sold from him at like a 67 roll. That's kind of really where you're hoping to buy an exotic, but 64 is not bad. I would say that's at the lower end of good, rather on the lower end of acceptable, like the Mechaneers trick sleeves are. So this is on the lower end of good. Also, remember, you can get your exotic cipher. These are good because You can buy certain exotics from the tower kiosk, like the Anarchy, which is really good for Vault of Glass, or even Sleeper Simulant, which is also pretty good for Vault of Glass. Both of those require at least one exotic cipher so that you can actually buy it. Also make sure to check out what Spider is selling on every day, because berry and boughs are also one of those essential items that you're going to need if you want to buy any of those exotics from the tower. If you don't have an exotic cipher quest available, it's because you probably already have an exotic cipher somewhere. Just go use it. But if you can't pick it up, it's not a bad thing. Overall, not that great a week for XUR. Do remember that if you are leveling up a second character, you have one that's sort of past the soft cap, you can buy any of these for that second character and give them a piece of gear at the soft cap. So just another thing that I always want to remind everybody you can do from XUR. But that is it for XUR today. Moving on. Trials of Osiris is back. And not gonna lie, it's not a great week. The 3 wins, so far as I could tell, was the boots or the leg armor. 3 wins at a leg armor, it's just not gonna get people excited. So it's probably gonna be a fairly sweaty week if you're looking to get into trials. I don't know currently at the time of making this video or recording what 5, 7, and flawless wins will reward you, but they will be linked or listed in the description box down below as well. So by the time you're seeing this, they will be known. The map is Altar of Flame, heavy sniping map, really old map. So usually the old maps tend to be, like I said, the more sweaty ones because people have been playing them forever. They know all the different lanes. It's a pretty wide open map, big on snipers. So the novice is going to have a hard time this week. Hopefully 5 or 7 wins is something worth maybe going for, but I can't imagine not having anything good really, or just a leg armor for the 3 wins is really going to get a lot of people playing. So just keep that in mind heading into the weekend. Team Scorched is also available. You can use this to actually do a lot of the certain quests, certain item quests for, you know, kills and things like that. It's a good playlist to just farm if you're trying to get like seasonal rewards done. Also keep that in mind. Might be something more worth doing over the course of the weekend if you're just looking for, I don't know, something to grind out. But that's really it for trials this week. As I said, look in the description box for the rest of those wins. Moving on now to some other things that are currently in the Destiny 2 community. Some of them have been around and are still here. Some of them are kind of new. Some of them might be leaving us fairly soon. But this week now, with the Gauntlet, Splicer Gauntlet, quest line, or the quest line from the Helm that involves, you know, the Mithrax and all of that. If you've been playing into that, basically now your Splicer Gauntlet will reward high stat gear. I think you can even get a piece of pinnacle gear from the quest in the Expunge mission from this week. That's the chest at the end, but you need these corrupted key codes to actually be able to access that chest. But this chest is rewarding pretty good gear, and you could essentially do it as many times as you want if you have enough of these corrupted key codes. Many ways to farm out corrupted key codes. They basically drop from enemy kills. So you're going to want to obviously farm up as many enemy kills as possible. They can drop from anything. They can even drop from the Crucible. So maybe Team Scorched, you know, might be something to try out. I've seen a lot of people going to the Altar of Sorrow, which, if you don't know where that is, it's on the moon over in this area. It's kind of a public event. The same thing, you could probably go to the Blind Well, and that might also be, where is the Blind Well? Did I go to the right place? Oh, wait, I went to the Tangled Shore. The Blind Well in the Dreaming City, which might also be equally as good. But if you're just not interested in doing those things, there is, well, it's the same old, but still, an AFK glitch that you can do to farm these out. And that's right, I'm talking about our old buddy, the Shattered Throne Endless Thrall Room. I will be posting a better video about this particular farm and the glitch associated with it. So I think most people know that you can go to the Endless Thrall room in the Shattered Throne and farm out endless Thrall kills, because you can just be in there for as long as you want. If you have a Titan, you can just sit there because the bottom tree, what's the name? I can never remember the name of that super, but the bottom one that creates the wells of fire that also heal you, you can just get one kill on an enemy with those, and you can just sit there. You will get kicked back to orbit after maybe 20 minutes if you don't move at all, but just a general tap on your controller or on your keyboard or mouse every 20 minutes or so. There's even macros that you can download. Will keep you in there for pretty much as long as you want. Getting to the Shattered Throne room, the Endless Thrall room in the Shattered Throne can be kind of a pain. There is a very good glitch to actually get there that I have talked about in the past, so you can look back to one of my older videos, but I will also cover it probably tomorrow or maybe even later this evening. There will be a video specifically on that and how you can use it to farm out those corrupted key codes for the Expunge mission, which is located here, I believe. There you go. So you can get Pinnacle gear. There you go. So I was right about that. I don't know if you can get only one piece of Pinnacle gear or more, but a good thing to know nonetheless. A couple other things. We obviously still have the Vault of Glass chest glitches available. Those are for the secret chests. You can use that to farm out Spoils of Conquest. If you've also completed the Vault of Glass, you will still get weapons from all those secret chests. The first chest glitch is pretty well known. There is now one for the second and third secret chests as well. So just keep that in mind. There is also a very interesting yeet glitch that can only be performed on the Warlock if you are Top Tree Dawnblade using Heat Rising. Basically, you have to use Heat Rising, get up in the air, and then you have to kill yourself. You have to do this numerous times, but then eventually just strafing or gliding into enemies will push them, and it really does push them. So you can use that to farm out things like Morgoth if you're looking to solo that for a few extra spoils of conquest. Unfortunately for that one, you can only really do it on the Warlock. But there's also a infinite super glitch that is sort of swirling around. I've seen a few things on it. I might do more of a tutorial on it once I kind of figure out exactly how it works or a real consistent method to do it. But from what I've seen, you need a barrier. And what I mean by barrier is you need something like in the Vault of Glass, which is where I've seen this performed. There are those blocker barriers that prevent you from being able to go into the rest of, takes place on Venus. So you would normally, back in D1, be able to explore the rest of Venus, and the raid was just sort of there. Those paths are now blocked. But if you go down into them, maybe I can demonstrate this really quickly, just what I've seen. You can use your Sparrow to basically pincer yourself up against one of these barriers, similar to how we glitched through the map to get the secret chests. Dismount the Sparrow, and you sort of go right into the barrier, and that instantly kills you. Basically, you warp through the barrier by getting off the Sparrow, but you can't get through the barrier. It just kills you, and your orb will be sitting there. Now, this will need, I think, a second player to do. But if that person revives you over and over again, and I don't know how many times, I've heard, some people have said, 10 times. I've heard some people say 50. I've heard some people say it took them 100. But if they revive you over and over again, that kind of slows down the server enough where if you then start, if you're the person reviving, switching out your weapons, the weapons will be removed from the bottom left corner. You will actually not have any weapon equipped, and you'll just be fisticuffs at a certain point. And once you do that, once you activate a roaming super, I think it has to be a roaming super, you will be able to then have that super infinitely. So if you come over here, let's see, where's that barrier? the barrier not here now? Oh, there's the barrier. Okay. So if you come over to something like this and you dismount, you see how I instantly died and my orb is right there. Now I would have another teammate revive me over and over again. I'm not going to get the infinite super, they are. So they will revive me over and over again, and then eventually you'll see things start to slow down. I think that's based on the revival time of the teammate. And then you'll start to go to your player loadout and you'll switch weapons like this. And as you switch them, they will disappear. So you will end up not having like a, in this case, my submachine gun, my primary would not show up. So I would just be stuck with my special and heavy. Then you go and you switch your special, that disappears. You go do the same thing with your heavy. Eventually, you'll just have your hands in front of you or nothing in front of you, and then you can activate your super and it'll be infinite. Like I said, I don't really know exactly how reliable this is, but it could be a way to maybe solo this whole first encounter or maybe do it with 2 people and get that first chest. But that is it for all the glitches, cheeses, farms, XUR, and trials in this video. All the info, lots of stuff. Look for more stuff coming over the course of this weekend. If there's anything that you're curious about as far as some of the stuff that I mentioned, they are listed in other videos that I've done in the past. I will also have them probably in the end of this video or in the top right corner, so you can go back and look at some of them. But again, I'll probably cover more of them moving into the week, as well as any other new stuff that I come across. There's some other fun things going on at the moment. If you've watched this far, please leave a hashtag XUR or a hashtag BeyondLight or a hashtag Season of the Splicer or a hashtag Spaghetti Face. I always forget that one, and somebody always reminds me, hey, Spaghetti Face, what about it? It'll count. It always counts. Sometimes I just forget to mention it. Leave one of those in the comments section down below. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you in the next video. Later!